This is Danny Flexon here for Seconds Out. Delighted to be joined by 4-0 lightweight Rhiannon Dixon. How you doing?
Hi, I'm good, thanks. How are you?
I'm very good. Thank you very much. 4-0. Got your whip back in the win column after the pandemic. Got in the way of loads of people's boxing career, and obviously you fell off that Liverpool show as well, unfortunately. But what was it like to get back in the ring? I know it was December, so a few months ago now. What was it like?
It was my first matchroom show, so it was so daunting because it was at the AO Arena, and I've obviously never fought on such a show with like a massive it was the Chisora Park
Parker.
undercard as well. So I was so nervous, and obviously I had that hand injury where I split my tendon, so I was fighting with that, and I was thinking, oh no, what if I can feel it all fight? But I think I let the nerves get the best of me when I was fighting, and I didn't think I put on the best performance. And then when I left and I was walking out, to get checked out by the doctor, I was saying to Anne, like, "Do you think they'll want me back?" And he was like, "Oh my God, don't be silly. Like, obviously they will."
How is the hand now?
It's got a lot better. I've been discharged by the consultant now, Mike Hayton, and I just had like loads of hand physio. But I'm gonna start back sparring soon. Well, tomorrow I think. So yeah, I'm starting punching with it, and I'm starting putting all my force through it. So I'm just excited to start getting going again.
How did you find the whole experience? Because as you said, the previous three fights have been on small hall shows, and then suddenly not just thrust into the limelight, but also in Manchester.
It was like, and it's not just like the fight, it's like the whole week leading up to it, going to the press conferences, the weigh in, like it's just all quite like, because I'm quite a shy person anyway until you get to know me. It's just a bit like nerve-wracking. So it's kind of the fight week went fast when usually on a small hall show you're thinking about like your opponent all week. Whereas this thing I'm like, oh, I've got the press conference tomorrow, oh, I've got the weigh in after that. So I'm just taking it one day at a time. But like now I've been on that kind of show. I don't kind of want to take any step. Like that's kind of what I want to do forever now.
And you were saying about normally you think about the opponent, but you had a few opponents pull out, didn't you? You had to go back in with the girl that you fought on your debut in the end.
I know. And I said to her when I finished the fight, I was like, oh, I'll probably see you next year. And she was laughing. And I thought,
She's probably
Lauren,
gutted. Probably like,
I
no, no more, no more.
like, no. I know. So I think I was meant to be fighting an Orthodox girl called Teresa, I think, if I'm remembering correctly. And then it got changed to a Southpaw on the week. And then she didn't come over. And then it was like and ahhing whether I'm going to fight again. But like, Anne was trying to like protect, and Steve was trying to protect me from all of it. And I think I only found out because I was watching like the open workout, and they said like a different name to who I was fighting. I was like, oh, has my opponent changed? And they were like, yeah, we're trying to find you someone. And I was like, oh, but like Anne was just trying to protect me from all of it because obviously what happened in Liverpool. But yeah, I ended up finding out anyway.
So you said you're going to be back to sparring soon. Any talks about when you're going to be next out, when we're going to see you?
Hopefully at the end of May. I think I'm going to be on a matchroom show at the end of May. I'm just waiting on like opponents and things like that, and waiting for it to get announced. So yeah, start sparring soon, get like a few good spars in, and then be fighting at the end of May.
How keen are you to kind of get moving in your division, move more towards title class?
Oh, I feel like it's like stop and starting all the time. So obviously, like I wanted to get going, and then the pandemic, so I had to like keep like the work at the hospital took precedent, and then I started getting going again, and then I got my hand injury, so then I had to have the surgery in January, and I've only been able to start sparring like this week. So obviously I know I don't have a massive, extensive amateur career, and I am learning on the job. So I don't feel like I need to be rushed anytime soon because as I said, I'm learning on the job. But as with women, it's like I think it was Ebony. Did she fight on her like fifth or sixth fight for a world title?
Against Shannon, yeah, I think so.
Yeah. So girls get moved really fast, which obviously, I'm really looking forward to. But I need to get this next fight over and done with, and then hopefully there's not a long break for my fight after that. So I just want to keep as active as possible.
I think with Ebony, in fairness, she's a bit older than you for one thing, but also she's in a lower weight class. It's probably easier to get to a world title quicker. You're in a very deep weight class for female boxing.
Yes, everyone's in it, and everyone's around it as well. So it is exciting because there's going to be really good fights later on in my career, and fights that I'll look forward to, and fights that like loads of people will be excited for. But obviously, right now, I'm just looking at fighting, keeping more active.
And for people out there that don't know, you work as a hospital pharmacist, which is a great job. I imagine it must have increased your workload exponentially during the pandemic.
Oh yeah, it went crazy. Obviously, because we didn't know what we were dealing with at first, so everyone was like learning as much as we could, and we were trying to figure out how to treat it, and all policies were changing, and obviously everything came in with the PPE, having to deal with all that. So it was a massive change in the way we worked. But we're seeing the back end of it now, and we've kind of got to grips with it, and we know how to treat it. And now I've been able, with the help of all my sponsors who have just come on board, which I can't thank enough, I've been able to take off more time and focus on training. And then obviously, once I've fought, I'll go back to working in the hospital because I love it and I love everyone that I work with.
Would you ever go as a full-time pro?
I think, if you ever want to go for like titles and things like that, I would never want to look back and think, oh, if only I went full time, like what could I have been? So I think there's going to be a time where I'll go full time pro if I want to make the most out of my career. Because pharmacy, I can locum, I can always have it there, and I can always go back to it. So yeah, there'll probably be a time where I'll go full time.
One of your gym mates is Natasha Jonas, of course, someone you sparred many rounds with. What was it like to see her finally win that elusive world title not too long ago?
It was unbelievable, and the way she did it, I was like literally in my lounge, I was looking at Ross and I was like, oh my god. It's just so well deserved. It's been a long time coming, and I'm just so happy for her. And now obviously, she's back in training. I think I'm going to be sparring her on tomorrow. She's going to be the first one to help me get back into it, so she'll have to probably carry me through the rounds. I don't want to get hit by that backhand that she got that girl with, so I'm gonna have to start moving my head a bit more.
Now, before we move on to another subject, I think Ross deserves a bit of a shout out because he gets little mentions in every interview, but people might not even know who he is. So just talk about him a little bit and how much he helps you out.
Oh, my boyfriend,
Yeah.
Ross. Oh, you know what? He'll be so buzzing that you've mentioned him.
Because it's always Ross, but people out there might be thinking, who's Ross?
I know, and I'm acting like they all know who he is. I'm just like, oh yeah, Ross.
Yeah.
No. Yeah, he's, he puts up with a lot. I think, like me and my best friend James were going on about this the other day. It takes a lot for someone to be going out with like a professional boxer because you have to be so selfish. And obviously, like Ross loves boxing as well, and he does get a few good like things going out with me, like getting free tickets to shows and stuff. So it's not all bad, but no, like, yeah, I couldn't be doing this without him. He is a massive emotional support for me. But and as well, like if I need any sparring, I can always say, oh, can you just come and do something with me in the back garden? And if he's annoyed with me, he'll give me a bit of a dig. But no, yeah, he's a good guy, Ross.
Good stuff. Now, last time we spoke to you, it wasn't me, it was Georgia. You were kind of starstruck in the middle of the interview by Katie Taylor walking past. You were worried she might think you had a crush on her or something, I think, because you kept staring at her. I think Georgia kept staring at her as well, in fairness. How excited are you about the big fight at the weekend?
Oh, I can't wait for it. I was like, even my mum's dead excited. She's not even like that bothered about boxing. She's like, do you know Katie Taylor and Amanda Serrano this week? And I'm like, how do you know? Yeah. Like, I thought you only knew about me.
Obviously, I know. Yeah.
I know. I don't think I'm a favorite fighter anymore. But I think it's gonna be. I think it's gonna change so many people's perspective on like women's boxing because it's two women in the prime and it's going to be an amazing fight. Two different styles completely clashing of styles. And, Katie always puts on an amazing performance. So does Amanda Serrano. And I genuinely can't wait for it. There's not many fights that I stay up for, even when I'm like in camp now, but I'll stay up for it. And it's got a really good undercard as well, which I'm really excited for. But yeah, but they're both so nice. Like usually, you see a bit like of rivalry fight week, but they're both just so nice to each other and they're so respectful and it's both well deserved.
Are they two fighters, I suppose Katie in particular, because of how close she is, but that you've looked up to?
Oh yeah, definitely. And Serrano, because she's a southpaw as well.
Of course, yeah.
Yeah, I watched her fight with Heather Hardy, and I was thinking, oh my god, these two are little savages, like just going. And I thought she was going to finish her in the first round, but she didn't. That Heather Hardy's harder.
I was looking forward to her against Terry, but unfortunately, she
Yes.
fell when she was running. So
Yeah, no, I saw that on Twitter, and that was a fight I was really looking forward to watching as well. But no, yeah, and obviously, you know, everyone loves Katie. And when I saw her on at the match, I didn't know she was going to be there. And then I saw her, and then she asked me for sparring, and I was like, if only this hand wasn't bad. I'd love to be punched by you.
Great. Well, you could have still been punched by her. You just couldn't have hit her back.
I know, just one-handed.
Yeah, would have been interesting for her. Who are you picking in the fight? I hate to put you on the spot, but you know.
I've been saying I'm gonna have to go with Katie. You know, she's just very gets her punches in and then gets off. And I think if she can do that for the full, I'd stay focused for the full 10 rounds. It's not going to be an easy night because Amanda's no pushover, and you know she's so smart. But yeah, I think I'm going to go with Katie points. I've been saying this all week, and then yeah.
You betrayed the Southpaw Alliance. Tasha will stop speaking to you now.
Pardon?
I said Tasha will stop speaking to you now as well.
Oh, I know.
No, it's good. I'm glad you didn't sit on the fence.
No. I always usually sit on the fence, but now I just keep on like, oh fuck it, I'll just say it.
Good stuff. Now, before I let you go, just remind people out there, because they might not have seen you for a little while, how they can find you on social media and keep up with what you do.
I am Rhiannon Dixon Boxing on Instagram, and then I think I'm Rhiannon Dixon 3 on Twitter, and then yeah, my Facebook is just for like family and friends. So
yeah, so don't bother with that.
Yeah, so just leave me alone on that.
Yeah, no worries. Great stuff. Really great to speak to you. And yeah, let's do it again when you've got a date firmly in the diary to get back out.
Yes, definitely. Thank you so much.
Great stuff. All right, take care.
Bye.